Hey guys, welcome to Barcelona United. Welcome to another video. And before we're getting started with the video today, I want to say my deep condolences to the family of Luis Enrique. Luis Enrique today has said in his social media that his daughter Shana had passed away after fighting osteosarcoma for 5 months. I am very deeply sorry, and I have seen all the support that he's gotten from the world of football and generally from everyone. It's been great. He asked for respect, for time. I think he's been given that, and again, all my support to Luis Enrique, not only because he was one of the best ever Barcelona coaches, but also because he's for me a very important person, and he is a modern professional. And I know it's a very difficult situation, and I'm sure that you will rise through, and you'll get all the support from all of us. I'm sure of it. And with that said, it's time to go into the topic of today's video. Today was the Champions League draw, and also the awards ceremony for the UEFA awards, the best defender, goalkeeper, all of that stuff. I'll be going in depth on that tomorrow probably. Today, the news are just so important that it is impossible for me not to discuss them. And well, let's get started by doing that. According to ESPN, and not only ESPN, pretty much everyone has been saying that Kylian Mbappé, goal, everyone has been reporting something along the lines of this news. And pretty much what everyone's agreeing on is a fee of around 130 million euros to about 180 million euros, and the signings of Todibo and even Rakitic in that deal, plus Todibo and Dembele in a season-long loan to Paris Saint-Germain. So we're basically giving up 3 players for Neymar. And I don't know, please forgive me, this could be a video on a very angry tone. I could recognize that, and I'm sorry if I let something go. I want to specify before I start talking about the topic that I don't hate Neymar as much as it may look like it. I am in a very hard disagreement with the signing of Neymar. It has nothing to do with Neymar, but against the signing of him. And this has gone way too far. This has gotten way too far. Like, what are we doing? 3 players that, for one, you've gone behind their back. Barcelona, you've gone behind their back and talked to PSG and pretty much agreed. If you agreed a deal with PSG, you've agreed a deal behind their back and pretty much telling Tuchel to go convince the players to sign for you, because you didn't have the decency of telling them if they were okay with them being negotiated in a deal with Paris Saint-Germain for Neymar. No, you've pretty much demanded that they go to Paris Saint-Germain. You for even Rakitic, I said this in the video yesterday, but let me specify. You didn't give Rakitic the option to go to Inter, to go to Juventus, to Manchester United, to at least have the feeling that he has a choice of where he's going to go. No, you've pretty much demanded right now, after telling me the whole summer that you counted with him, that, oh no, Rakitic, you go off to PSG because we want to bring in Neymar. Sorry, excuse me? If you were even Rakitic, what would you be thinking? What would be your thoughts if you were the players? Not only Rakitic, Todibo, Dembele, they all have different things to think about, but all going to the same conclusion. Rakitic, someone that's been settled at Barcelona for years, that's been giving it everything, whether he's had a good season or not, he's been a modern professional, has been giving it everything in the pitch. He's worked really well. He's been really great consistently for Barcelona. Every season he's at least a 6 or a 7 out of 10. Having his best season probably in the 17-18 season, where he was absolutely remarkable. and you want to throw him out. Like, he has his daughter studying at Barcelona, his life is at Barcelona, and you want him to change all of that, and you're choosing the destination for him. You're not even giving him a choice. You're not telling him, hey, Rakitic, you're not in our plans, and you could start, if like we don't count with you right now, you can start looking for options to go. No, you're basically demanding that he goes. And if I was Rakitic, I would honestly be to Barcelona. Hey, you want me to go? Then pay me my 2-year salary that I have with you and I'll go. Because honestly, this is getting too ridiculous. Ousmane Dembele, I think that the loan would be beneficial for him, for one. Let me just say that. Because he gets to play with Kylian Mbappe, he gets to be on a lower-ish league, where he probably could have better protagonism if he's focusing on his career. He could maybe have an upturn on form, and when eventually this collapses, because I believe that a team with Griezmann, Messi, Suarez, and Neymar on the front line maybe can work for you with one season, but after that, I think it will collapse. I think Dembele would be clean of all that criticism, and could come back to Barcelona and start a new cycle. But regardless of that, you're telling me that he needs to go to PSG because you want to bring another person that, for one, he's the player that you brought in to replace, and now he's gonna go back and replace. He's gonna go and replace him with him not having any options after he pretty much left things on a really bad note with Bruce Dortmund, because you convinced him that he was gonna be an important part of the project. You convinced him that he was gonna be an important part of this project, and all of a sudden he is an easy coin of change for you to bring in Neymar. Jean-Claude Todibo. We apparently were so confident on not signing Matheus de Ligt because you gave up on the chance of signing one of the best world center backs of 19 years of age to keep Jean-Claude Todibo, who I think has potential and as a fourth center back could be perfectly fine. You're about to leave us with 3 center backs, so we're gonna have to go out and get an emergency center back because you want Neymar. So you're basically improvising everything, like literally every single day. You have to improvise something different. Next thing I know, you're gonna offer Messi, or you're gonna offer Suarez, or you're gonna offer half of the squad, because why not? As long as you can bring in Neymar, right? First of all, I want to ask, really, tell me in the comment section, who is Neymar? Who is Neymar? And I have to have missed something, because Neymar to be this good, for us to have to make, for us to make all this commitment, he must be a player that maybe multiplies by 11, and he gets to be all the positions on the pitch and gets to be a combination of Messi, Maradona, Pelé, Cristiano Ronaldo all together in the same player. Because other than that, I don't get it. I don't get why you would be spending all of this amount. You're basically going on a whim, because this is a whimful signing. You are going on a whim because he is not needed, and I can't stop repeating this. He's not needed. You have 4 world-class forwards, and we just saw that Carles Perez and Ansu Fati are more than capable enough to contribute if need be. Abel Ruiz, more of the same. If need be, if an emergency comes upon, they can do the job. They can do a job. And you want to go and bring in Neymar, putting the club on a really bad state financially, because Barcelona do not have this money. Currently, we don't have this money, and we don't sell any players and you're basically taking 2 of our biggest assets in Rakitic and Ousmane Dembele out of the club. We don't have assets to bring in 118 million euros. If we would have already signed Neymar. Don't you think so? Coutinho, we were not able to get a penny on him. Rakitic and Dembele. Rakitic doesn't want to leave. Dembele doesn't want to leave. There's no way to get money for them. Semedo doesn't want to leave. Like, there is literally no assets for us to get that money. You're literally gonna ask for loans, because I'm sure that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna ask for loans, and we're gonna be at a point where we're not gonna be able to sign anything for the next 2 seasons. So basically, if we do this, either this works magnificently fine with no problems at all, or you're crapped, because for the next 3 seasons, next 3 to 5 to maybe 10 seasons, you won't be able to sign really anything because you basically have to replace these players as soon as you get them. Neymar, 28. Griezmann, 29. Messi and Suarez, 33 at the end of the season. They're all players, Messi and Suarez, at the end of the road. Griezmann and Neymar getting to the end of the road. They're all players that need to get replaced, and with no assets, with you needing to balance the books and not even being able to generate money, how are you going to replace that? Not even consider that you have to replace Piqué, you have to replace Sergio Busquets, you eventually have to replace a backup for Jordi Alba, because Junior Firpo might start in theory, and who's going to be his backup? Like, we're going to be put in a position where we're not going to be able to sign anything. Whether this works, whether we win the next 3 trebles possible, or this is gonna go to crap. And nothing, no one. I want someone to please guarantee me. If you're not confident in the comment section, please say that we're gonna win the Champions League next season. You 100% guarantee that we will win the Champions League next season. Please, someone tell me. Someone tell me who's Neymar that we're doing this much of an effort. Because let me tell you, even if this was a combination of Lionel Messi, Pelé, and Maradona put together on the same player, I wouldn't do this amount of effort because you're destroying the club. You are going on a whim because this player is obviously not needed. He's not needed. He's not required. We put 5 past Betis without Messi, Suarez, and Dembele, and you want to go ahead and sign Neymar? What for? Really, what for? It is not about Better signing. I put Roberto's responsibility on him not being brave enough to take responsibility and act against the club, but he's in a difficult situation because his reputation is in check. He's clearly earning a lot of money, and basically if he acts in a way that maybe Mourinho, Luis Enrique, Conte, Guardiola, coaches like that, they probably would say something and they would get sacked. But Valverde has opted to go this way, and pretty much we're disrespecting a legend like Rakitic, who's given a lot to us. Young talents like Todibo and Dembele, who Todibo would be going on a free. Like, we would be sending even Rakitic and Todibo on PSG's way with Ousmane Dembele 1 year loan. What happens if Todibo evolves and fulfills his potential? That's a 50 to 100 million euro center back that you've thrown away to the drain. If Neymar is worth that much on valuation, which is about 250 million euros to 300 million euros, then Rakitic, it's a 70 to 100 million euro center midfielder. Because Neymar is not worth more than 180 million. Let me tell you that. Not even 150 million, I think. Because let me tell you something. Neymar has become, since he came to PSG have become a worse team. And I'm not saying they've become a worse team because of Neymar. They've become a worse team because they kept going at this attitude of, let's keep adding world superstars one after the other and we'll eventually be successful. Well, you added 2 superstar forwards in Kylian Mbappe and Neymar, and you've gotten worse. And no one can deny me that beforehand, before Neymar and Mbappe, they were better. And they're not worse because they have those players. They're worse because the mentality is worse, because they have no project. They've built a project based on superstars, and that clearly doesn't work. It looks like they're trying to do a project more sensibly with Leonardo. I think it looks actually very promising. That's why I think Ousmane Dembele should go for a season-long loan, because it would be very beneficial for him to maybe play with someone that he has a very good, nice feeling with him. He knows France. He knows the French teams. He has a very good relationship with Kylian Mbappe. He knows the coach. The coach knows how to get the best out of him, because Thomas Tuchel was the best coach that Ousmane Dembele's had, because he got the best output out of him. He had a ridiculous season where he got like 15 assists or something ridiculous like that. So it's very difficult to see these. Like, let me tell you this. Neymar, his last season at Barcelona, we only won the Copa del Rey, losing the league against Real Madrid. And the season that he goes, the season right after he leaves, a Barcelona led by Lionel Messi and a fantastic performance from Rakitic in center midfield wins us the league unbeaten, and we don't lose a single game until we secure the league title. We win a couple of Ray, and everything was going pretty well in the Champions League actually. Again, before that Roma catastrophe happened. But let me remind you that Neymar was only won one Champions League on his 4-year spell at Barcelona. It's not like adding Neymar all of a sudden makes us clear candidate favorites for the Champions League, because it doesn't. Because the favorites for me are still Liverpool, because their play style is the best, because they're the team that has the most intensity in the whole of Europe. But if you want to keep going at it, and if you want to keep doing the things that you're doing, then go ahead. Like Bartomeu, this is not right. And all the directives, if you are given the go ahead light of this is ridiculous. Because you're putting the club on a financial, on a sporting, and on a personal level, you're putting it on the ruin. You're going to ruin this club. It's going to go to the crap. And I've had enough of it. It's a complete disgrace. You've disrespected legends like Rakitic and young prospects like Todibo and Dembele. You promised them the world, and all of a sudden they're just an exchange. You're treating them like I don't know, like items that you buy one day and sell the other day because there's this other thing that's more shiny and you like more. What is this? What are we doing? We're dealing here with footballs are also people. Let me remind you that. But anyways, if this is what you want to do, if you want to put the club in a way that financially they're going to be destroyed, and sporting wise it's going to be a disaster to feed that team together, well, I don't know. Anyways, I'm very, very concerned about the situation. When Neymar signs, I'll try to do the video on the best positive note possible, but by every day that it gets, this is getting worse. Anyways, with all said and done, leave me all your opinions in the comment section below. Tell me if you still want Neymar to happen, if you, even with all this said and done, you want Neymar to come to Camp Nou. Please give me reasons why you want to do this. Maybe I'm missing something. Leave me all your opinions in the comment section below. Comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time on Blaugrana's.